What's up everyone, it's Shoryuken here and back with another video. But once again back on the Street Fighter 6 train as we got some more information, more particularly some new trailers. We got to see 3 new characters and my oh my, do they look good. But before we do that, of course, if you guys are into Capcom content, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also that thumbs up to give this channel a like, as that'd be much appreciated. And now let's get back into the video. So the Street Fighter 6 trailer, new trailer just dropped at the PlayStation State of Play. Side note, this whole State of Play was a bit of a meh letdown for me. Street Fighter 6 probably was the best thing about it, and that's okay because I am a huge Street Fighter 6 fan and I'm here for it. Resident Evil, we already know all about it, so that's why I'm not like, I didn't go crazy over the new shit they show. But anyways, Street Fighter 6, fantastic. We got to see 3 new characters, well, 2 returning characters, 1 brand new, but new characters to the game. They showcased Zangief, they showcased Lily, and they showed Cammy. And right off the bat, do I want to say they all look great. I might get a little bit of heat for this, but I feel like Lily was the biggest letdown, I think, of the 2, right? It wasn't bad. I didn't see anything that I didn't like, but I just wasn't really impressed all too much. And I think just compared to the other 2, she felt kind of lacking, you know, in comparison. But we started with Zangief. Zangief, I love the new look. I love how he looks like an actual wrestler now. Like his moves are more wrestling, if that makes sense. You know, he's always been a wrestler, but he's always had that very cartoonish, you know, funny look to him, exaggerated look with the big marauding muscles and exaggerated facial features. They now actually, since, you know, Street Fighter 6 is going for a more realistic approach to the characters, he looks, you know, more real, right? He looks like an actual wrestler where he has this big body, but it's not all nothing but, you know, pure muscle, right? He's got a lot of muscle, but he also has, like, looks like layers of fat, which I know is gonna sound like, wait, what? It looks more realistic, right? It's not just muscle on top of muscle on top of muscle. He actually has, like, you know, actual different layers of muscle, and it just looks better to me. Not to mention his face now, like I said, it's not as cartoonish, so he looks more normal, I should say. Looks like, you know, it's actually kind of Russian, sounds more Russian. Again, I love the moves. He went through, of course, his suplex, you know, his body slams. He had a little people's elbow in there. I thought that was really neat. He had his stomping moves that a lot of wrestlers do, and he had kind of similar back in the EX series. Just everything. Even when he was doing his slaps, if you look closely, you can see that his muscles or his chest muscles are actually flexing as he's slapping you. I thought that was a really nice touch. Everything about him looked great. The only thing that was kind of a letdown was his finisher. His ultra's not bad, but I felt like he could have done more, especially in comparison to the other characters. They've been really hitting out the park with, you know, Ryu's finisher, Chun-Li's, you know, Guile's, Kent's. Like, everyone so far has had a really cool and, you know, amazing finisher. Kimberly, Zangief's was kind of very plain, you know. He just clotheslines you in the neck, talks trash to you for a little bit, kicks you in the gut, and then does a spinning pile driver. I felt like it could have used one more body slam. I think that would have helped, but in any case, he still looks great. I'm really impressed. I'm not a Zangief player, but he still looks amazing. And we then go on to Lily. Lily was rumored to be T-Hawk's daughter. I don't know if that's official or if she's just a, you know, member of the T-Hawk tribe. But in any case, she does have some affiliation connection to T-Hawk, as you can see right away in her moves. She's got a lot of his condor dives and, you know, tomahawk slams. She also has these 2 like weapons in her hand which she uses to fight. She has like this spinning attack where she's spinning around, which I don't know, just looked a little zany to me. Like, I'm gonna say something, again, it might be controversial to some or it might upset some people, but I was never a huge fan of those super jokey characters, right? Like as far as I'll go was like a character like Sakura, because Sakura you can argue is kind of jokey, but it's not like silly. You know what I mean? I guess Dan too, but still, once again, for me, it's not really silly. Like, I'm just not a fan of these characters who are super young and jokey, and it never meshed well with me. Obviously, some people will like it. That's why they put her in the game, but I wasn't really a fan of it. And also, my other problem is with Lily. She screams too much of Talim from Soul Calibur. Talim was the first Filipino character in a fighting game. She was introduced in Soul Calibur 2, and she was cool when she came out because again it was the first time. But Lily for me reminds me way too much of it. The whole fighting with the child, the whole using the wind and this and that. Like it just, and I think that's why when I look at her, I'm kind of just like meh, because I guess I feel like I've seen it before. She has her ultra, of course, where she's spinning and then throws you down to the ground, but then she screws it up and ends up falling flat on her butt, which lands on your back. Again, decent character, but I was never really a fan of these kind of characters. So some people will like them, a lot of people will, but I don't. And then we had Cammy. I think enough can't be said. I mean, Cammy could have a whole video to herself. Number one, the way they did the trailer was awesome. I loved it, but her redesign, just phenomenal. I know people were complaining because they're like, "Hey, we want the onesie, the leotard. Please, we need that outfit," which we already confirmed it's going to be in the game. It's just going to be obviously a DLC costume, but her redesign's phenomenal. I'm probably one of the few people out there that actually like it better than her original costume. I think it just looks incredible. When it was first shown in the leak with the drawing, I thought it looked great. It looks even better in motion. Her moves look fantastic. Pretty much, I saw a lot of Street Fighter 5 stuff. Just obviously looked cleaner, better. So I wasn't gonna be surprised. I wasn't expecting any like over the top brand new moves because she was pretty good in Street Fighter 5. But still glad that she's in there and looks great. The biggest surprise and the most pleasant surprise was that one super they gave her, where they actually gave her the move she did in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. We all know what I'm talking about, that famous scene in the beginning of the movie where she kills that politician. She grabs him, jumps up, twists his neck, comes up behind him, and bro, when that first came out in Street Fighter 2, that scene happened, it was like, oh shit. Like it was such a tone setter, man. And it's so funny how it was so famous and yet Capcom never did anything with it. They never gave us that move, right? They never. So it took them 30 years to finally come out like, oh yeah, people like that scene. Let's bring that move back. And so they did, and I just lost it. And then they showed her Ultra. Also fantastic. I don't know if they changed her Ultra from what was shown in the leak because it was a little different. Now maybe what was shown in the leak was just the critical art version, and then the one we saw in the trailer was just the regular version. I don't know. Still, either or, looks great. Cammy was just phenomenal. I think that's one they just nailed from head to toe. Stage looks amazing. Just great. Cammy's one of those characters where they continuously seem to get her right? Street Fighter 4 was good. Street Fighter 5 was even better in my opinion. Now Street Fighter 6 once again is even better. Nailed it. And those are the characters. Another thing I noticed that I liked from the trailer was that every character had a stage. Zangief had his own stage, Lily had her own stage, and Cammy had hers. So for the most part, it seems like a lot of these characters are having their own stages, and thank you. That's one of my biggest gripes with fighting games these days, and especially Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 4 too, is that characters didn't have their own stages anymore. Some would, but others wouldn't. Others would just share them, and I'm not a fan of that. I want to go back to everyone having their own stage and theme. It added that personality and flair to that character. It made it personal. So it very much seems like they're going back to that, because pretty much every character they've shown, with the exception of like Kimberly and Jury, and I guess Jamie, seems to have a stage, right? Not Ken. Guile has one. DJ has one. Blanca has one. Dawson has one. I'm assuming for Ryu, Genbu Temple is his. As we just saw, JP has one. Marissa, Manon, Lily. You get the picture, right? So I'm happy, and I just can't wait for June. I want to play this game now. Now, the only thing that sucks about them revealing these characters, all three in one shot like this, is that that's it. The roster's complete. We're not gonna see any more characters, because the other characters are gonna be DLC, and they're obviously not gonna reveal trailers for them now. So we have to wait. So hopefully we'll get other news, like maybe more news on the World Tour mode, more single player modes, whatever the case. All I know is I want it to be June right now, and I can't wait. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Were you as excited as I was? Are you loving the new looks for Cammy and Zangief? Are you a fan of Lily, or were you like me and kind of like, meh, I just care about the other two? Let me know down below in the comment section. And then, as always, if you are new here, please subscribe, give the channel a big thumbs up, like it, as I will continue doing videos like this, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.